everyone, in this video I have a scrapbook process to share with you with the Thompson's Craft Supplies design team. This is my first project with March's Dazzle in the Darkness kit, which if you haven't seen already, I will link the video share of the kit so you can see what's in it and whatnot if you are interested. So I started this layout with this paper from 7 Dot Studio, and I was going to use that little picture you can see on the right there. That's my eldest niece when she was a little bubba, so cute, little pinchy cheeks, adorable. But I don't actually end up using that photo because reasons. We'll talk about that when that actually happens slightly later in the video. But I started my layout by, well, first I used the what do you call it, the anti-static bag all over the layout because I'm going to do some heat embossing, and then I'm using the stamp from the kit, which is that lovely Finnabair one that's like the checkerboard with the writing on it, and I'm stamping that with Versamark, which is my favourite ink to use for embossing. And then the embossing powder is Paper Mania, and look, I spilled it everywhere. Paper Mania in Seafoam White, I think it's some of my favourite embossing powders, the Paper Mania one. But yes, so just heat setting that, or melting it, or whatever you're supposed to call it when you do the embossing. I never know the proper words for things ever, but yeah, that took a little while, and it did warp the paper a little bit with, you know, because I had to do all those little sections. But when the paper warps, what I tend to do is just put the heat gun underneath it, and that kind of unwarps what has already been warped, sort of thing. You do the opposite thing, and usually that ends up okay. Here I'm using that circle stencil, again from the kit, and the marble paste. I just wanted to try it out, test it out, because I'd never used it before. It is really, really, really thick. It's kind of got little stony bits in. I don't think it's probably actual marble, I don't know, but yeah, so I just kind of was playing with that, so just did a light bit of stenciling with that. And then here I'm using one of the metallic paints from the kit. This is, oh flippy doos, I've forgotten the colour, turquoisey something. The stencil is a Kaisercraft one, which is one of my absolute favouriteest stencils ever. It was in a kit last year, and I forget which one, and I can never remember the name of the stencil. If anyone remembers the name of this stencil, then please comment, because then I can properly link it for people. Anywho, I am just using a sponge to dab on the paint there. It's not stenciling perfectly. If I wanted a more perfect stencil, shall we say, I would have mixed it with some gel or something. Anyways, here I'm trying out my Distress Oxide sprays for the first time, and just look how beautiful they are. Oh, I'm in love with them, so pretty. But here is where I had to change the picture, because I went a bit overboard and added the purple, which is the Wilted Violet colour, and had I stayed with the blue, then my original picture would have matched. But once I put that purple on there, I was like, okay, now the picture does not match at all. So I found another one, which is also a niece picture. It's both of them, again, when they were all just so little and cute, adorable. Anyways, but it's got like a sort of a starry galaxy-ish background on the photo. I think the photo was one that was sent after Christmas one year as little thank you cards. So yes, anyways, just went a whole lot better once I'd put that blue and purple on that dark background. Here I've just added a white backing to the photo, and using normal Distress Oxide and Wilted Violet around that, and then did a black matte as well, and then using the Mermaid Lagoon ink on that. So they're the exact same colours I used in the Distress Oxide spray, but just in ink form, so all the colours and everything are matching up. These little strips I've ripped up here, that's one of the papers from the kit, that's the My Mind's Eye one, and I've just distressed those around the edges and stuff, and then I'm just adding oxide in black soot around those just to give them a bit more depth and stuff. And here I'm just going to stick them down like so. I actually spent a very long time figuring out exactly how I wanted them, but I have cut that out because very boring to watch. But just to let you know, I don't make these decisions straight away. I do actually spend a lot of time, probably too much time, thinking about these things. Anyways, I just putting my picture on here with some foam tape, but I am adding extra glue to the foam tape because I don't trust it to last forever. And then from here on out, embellishing, really. So flowers, again, from the kit. They're so pretty. And then I'm also bringing in, this is a pack from, again, a previous kit. I'm going to say April last year, the Galaxy Space Theme kit. These are the rainbow resins, and I just thought they'd go really nicely. And I've also got some other lovely resin pieces which were given to me as a gift, so I'm just using some of those up as well. So I've got the black ones, the purpley ones have a sort of a sparkly sheen on them, and then there's some very, not very large, but largish clear glitter ones, and I'm adding those in as well. Oh, and there's like a pearl I think I add as well, like quite a dark silvery one, just all colours that go with what I've got going on in the background. It was definitely one of those layouts, you know, when you kind of have one plan in your mind when you start out and then it just goes the absolute opposite way during the creation. But I quite enjoy it when that happens. I think it's quite fun. So here I'm adding my title of Smile. That again is from a previous kit. It may have been from the same one actually, but those are the Chamel Glitter Girl thickers. I think they are. I could be wrong there, but I'm fairly sure they are. Because of it's that particular colour is actually quite hard to use on a lot of projects. So whenever I have a project that I can use those turquoise glitter thickers, I try to, because as I said, they can be quite hard to incorporate into projects. That little chipboard piece I added that says love this, and the one below the photo that says perfect, that's from a Mambi Chips pack. It had blue glitter on some of the pieces, which I thought I might be able to get away with using, but it wasn't quite right. It was like too blue against the turquoise of the thicker, so didn't end up using that. Adding some also, well, I'm adding the splatters here, but before that, those are just some of the Tim Holtz metallic quote stickers, so I added some of those. And here I'm just going splatter crazy because it's my favourite thing to do. Splatters were, again, the Distress Oxide Spray in Mermaid Lagoon, some Heidi Swap Colour Shine in Teal, I think, and then the Distress Spray Stain in Picket Fence, which I think I almost use every single Friday mixed media project. I just think it's fabulous. I love it. And then once all my splatters are on, most of them are on my glass media mat, but never mind, that always happens. I always get more outside of the layout than on it, but whatever. Oh my goodness, the seagulls are being really loud right now. So if you can hear like yelling, distant yelling in the background, it's the seagulls. Anyways, Nouveau drops to finish off. We've got Aquatic Mist, I think, which is a glitter drop, and then the silver one, but the name has just escaped me. But as always, the correct name will always be down in the description box. And that, my friends, I believe is it. So thank you so much for watching. As always, links, as I already just said like 30 seconds ago, will be in the description box. Please leave me a thumbs up if you enjoyed this video. Chat to me in the comments. And yeah, okay, I'm finished. Thanks so much again. Bye bye.